Getting to the business end of the African Games in Ghana, and with attention now on track and field events, more medals look to be in the offing for Team Nigeria. And with the likes of Toby Express Amuson, Esebrome, and many others leading the line for Team Nigeria, hopes are very much high. Hello and welcome. This is Sports Reel, coming to you on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Bade Adeleye. As always, we're at Mansa, the ever-beautiful Moshood Abiola National Stadium here in Abuja. And of course, on the Reel today, we give you the latest coming from the African Games in Ghana. We also talk about the Nigerian top flight and other top leagues in Europe, while also updating you when it comes to the Super Falcons of Nigeria on their show on this program. We also bring to you other trending news in the world of sports. These and many more on the show today. Once again, you're welcome. Okay, let's begin the show with the update coming from the African Games as Team Nigeria continue to rake in more medals. And Gift George, who is in Ghana, says Sports Minister John Eno is very much impressed with the performance of Team Nigeria so far, and he also tells us about upcoming events for Nigeria and, of course, the concluded ones. Let's join Gift George.
On the ongoing 13th Africa Games in Ghana, in arm wrestling, Nigeria featured at the Africa Games for the very first time and ended up with 4 gold, 2 silver, and 7 bronze medals as a scoring event. Minister of Sports Development John Eno, who was on ground to support and encourage Nigerian athletes, says the country has enormous potential in sport and would excel if given the necessary technical support.
I think this is about the second time or the first time that arm wrestling is, regarded as a competitive sport in the African Games, and to also find out that a Nigerian has actually gone into the history books as the first person to win a gold in the African Games in arm wrestling is very, very, very encouraging, very exciting, and it's quite positive for the future of the sport.
Now to the Indie sports at the Africa Games. Scrabble made its first appearance at the Africa Games with 12 countries participating as a demonstration sport. The players, which came from English and French-speaking countries, were desirous to make a statement both in the individual and the team event. After 27 rounds, Nigeria ranked highest with 22 wins and 5 losses.
We feel it's more difficult to get in the Africa Games than it is for the Commonwealth, because for the Commonwealth, that is strictly English-speaking countries, right? And in the African Games, it's a combination of French and English. So for us to break that barrier at the Africa Games, it makes our story easy to tell when we make a case to the Commonwealth. And we're going to document what has happened here at these games to the Commonwealth, and we'll make a good report to ensure that Scrabble is looked at differently as a competitive sport.
In volleyball, Nigeria's men's volleyball team started on a winning note after beating Burkina Faso 3-1 in a keenly contested encounter in a group match. The team, which is highly rated in the event, believes it has the potentials to go all the way to the finals.
My objective and my aim of this national team is to see ourselves going higher and higher. All African Games is the least for me because I want to go to Olympics, I want to go to World Championships. So I think this is the foundation of it.
The technical have to look at what happened at that stage. So they need to tighten up their belt. They need to sort out from the bench. I think the technical will now see where they need to tighten up.
Still on the ongoing 13th Africa Games in Ghana, Team Nigeria improved on its last appearance in judo, in which it failed to get any medal in Rabat, Morocco in 2019. Nigeria's Franka Audu got a bronze medal for Nigeria in the 52-kilogram class, while Adijat Aziz fell short of also winning a bronze medal in a third-place match, but had to settle for the 5th position overall.
With this, we'll go back home to the drawing board and put all those things that we have seen here that are really mitigating development of judo in Nigeria. We put it into practice, and I know come next edition, we will do better.
A lot of people who are meeting here, they are conversant with the new rules, new equipment and all of that. And the referees are familiar with them, so there's no way they can actually favor them.
People love my style of fighting because I want to do judo, like proper judo. I try to get a good grip. I was doing a lot of tactics today, which I was speaking about with my warming up partner and with my coach, and we were just keeping the strategy really good.
As athletics set to commence this week at the ongoing 13th All-Africa Games right here in Ghana, all eyes will be on Nigeria's Toby Amuson, who is a world record holder, to help increase Nigeria's medal stable. In Accra, Ghana, Gift George reporting for NTA News.
Many thanks, Gift George, and of course it's going to be a very busy week for Nigeria, with Toby Amuson headlining a powerful list of Nigerian athletes that will be competing in about 30 events for Team Nigeria when it comes to track and field events. That will be interesting. We're hoping to see them raking more medals for Team Nigeria, gold medals to be specific. All right, time to now talk about Nigeria women's national teams, starting with the Falcons, who are doing so well in Ghana, and of course the Super Falcons. Do not forget that Asisat Oshoala is already doing so well for herself in the NWSL in America, getting the first ever goal for Bay FC in the American women's top flight. So let's take today's edition of the MTN Super Falcons show. Take it away.
Hello there, beautiful people, and welcome aboard to another episode of the MTN Super Falcons show. My name is Osarame Inekbenebo, and I will be your host for today on this jolly good ride. Now, this is that show that brings you ever closer to the Super Falcons, bringing you content from both off and on the pitch. And today promises to be no exception, as it will be informative as well as educating. Now, as we edge ever closer to the final round of fixtures for the Paris 2024 Olympics, we have packaged on this episode the highest goal scorers from the Bayana side and the Super Falcons side. Now, as you know, on the 5th and on the 9th of April, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will take on South Africa's ladies, that's the Bayana of South Africa, in an intense match. As you know, these two sides are always at loggerheads, not just in football, but also in entertainment. We haven't forgotten about the Grammys, but don't worry, we'll talk about that off the show. Now, we're bringing you the highest goal scorers from both sides. All this and more when we get back after this break.
Attention future champs. We're calling on student athletes from primary to tertiary schools in Nigeria with dreams of showcasing their skills on a global stage. It's time for MTN Champs Season 2. MTN Champs is the best-in-class athletics event powered by MTN in partnership with Making of Champions to produce future Olympians who will shine on the global stage and stand a chance to win scholarships to international tertiary institutions. Season 1 was phenomenal, and our top 10 champs are set to begin a one-year academy program. Seize your chance to achieve greatness at the MTN Champs Season 2. The regionals will take place in Asaba, Ibadan, Kaduna, and Port Harcourt from February 17th to April 26th, 2024. To participate, visit www.mtnchamps.com to register today.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, you haven't missed much. This is the MTN Super Falcons show. Now, remember that this show, the conversation doesn't end here in the studio. It continues across all our social media platforms. That's at MTNNG on Instagram and X. It's MTN Nigeria on Facebook and YouTube. And of course, the page is dedicated to the show, the Super Falcons show. You'll want to be following us across all social media platforms because we drop information as it day hot. And of course, we also have freebies for our lovely viewers and Instagram family X family, you know, just go on our social media pages, and I promise that you will not regret hitting the subscribe, the like, the follow button. Now, before we went on that break, I was talking about the 2024 Paris Olympics qualifiers and the Bayana and the Super Falcons and the never-ending banter. And now today on the MTN Super Falcons show, we will highlight, or rather spotlight, the highest goal scorers from both sides. We have Tembi Katlana of South Africa, and of course we have Rashidat Ajibade, our Atletico Madrid star, with 3 goals so far through this tournament. So let's check them out.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the
Impressive goals by those ladies. I'm looking forward to the final 2 matches just before we proceed into the 2024 Olympics qualifiers. I'm wondering, who do you think will score? Who do you think will find the back of the net for the Super Falcons? Because we have so many fantastic players. Well, fingers crossed. I'll remind you that on the 5th of April at 5 p.m., it's at the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abuja. That's the first leg, and we have the return leg at 6:30 p.m. Nigerian time at the Loftus Versfeld Stadium in Pretoria, South Africa. Well, that's the much that we can take for today on the MTN Super Falcons show. Now, in case you want to catch up or, just go back to refresh your memory on the show, you can catch it on MTN's Ayoba app. And this show also airs at 9 a.m. every Tuesday on NTA. My name is Oshoala Inegbenebo, and thank you to the guys behind the scenes that make the things happen. Tayob, Ogunsheye, the producer. We've also got Bade and, of course, Uche making things happen behind the scenes. I will see you, our lovely viewers, in the very next episode. It's bye for now.
You're still watching Sports Roll on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. Let's now turn our attention to the Nigeria Premier Football League. As on Matchday 26 last weekend, we saw loads of interesting results. And of course, Bendel Insurance were the biggest winner, beating their opponents, no other than Doma United 4-0. And of course, Kano Pillars were shocked by Bayelsa United. It was a 2-1 comeback victory for the home side. And of course, Sporting Lagos recorded a 2-0 win over Kwara United, with leaders Lobi Stars beaten by Enugu Rangers. That ended 2-1. Lots of interesting results. So let's quickly show you some highlights and give you the full results, while also update you when it comes to the standings.
Welcome to Matchday 26 of the Nigeria Premier Football League. Basking in the excitement of their Southwest supremacy over Remo Stars in their last home game, Sporting Lagos continue their quest to retain top flight status as they welcome visiting Kwara United. The kickoff is on the way. It's Golden Olivo trying to go through the wall of Kwara United defense there. Beautiful pass up to Choko. It's a must go! Goal for Sporting Lagos! And definitely you want to applaud that passage of play. Defense flicking pass from Tochiko Michael to find Artigano down the right hand side. Who's weighted past Okeji with the corner. And to the goal! And Leo Salawade with a towering header! It's Sporting Lagos 2! Kwara United 0! Paul marking from the Harmony Boys. Each perfect cross from Emeka Okeji. The Harmony Boys will return to Ilorin with no melody. A victory that speaks. A goal on baby. It finishes here. Sporting Lagos 2. Kwara United 0.
What a cracker we had at Old Trafford last Sunday. Come on. 4-3, it ended in favor of the home team. And of course, that was a classic when it comes to the FA Cup. Now, we have Manchester United, Coventry City, Chelsea, and of course, Manchester City in the last four of the English FA Cup. So let's quickly update you when it comes to the English FA Cup, the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, French Ligue 1, German Bundesliga, and of course the Italian Serie A. Check it out. right, if you know the drill on Sports Rail, you will know that the show is never complete until we bring you an aggregation of trending sports stories from all over the world. And that is Sports Tidbits. Nigeria's senior women's rugby team are targeting an impressive campaign at the African Games in Ghana. The Lady Stallions will commence their quest for a historic medal in rugby with the clash against host country Ghana on Wednesday.
We have been training for the past 3 weeks, and coming from South Africa and gelling with the girl, we've really trained so hard and seen so much beautiful talent. I feel like Ghana is not ready for what we bring in, that they're not ready for us.
After meeting Ghana, Nigeria will face Madagascar before challenging Tunisia and finally Uganda for a quarter-final spot. Elsewhere, Carlos Alcaraz says successfully defending his Indian Wells title feels special after the Spaniard recorded a 7-6, 6-1 win over Daniil Medvedev in the men's singles final on Sunday.
I am really happy to lift this trophy because I found myself in this tournament, and I felt really good.
In the women's draw, Iga Swiatek clinched a second Indian Wells title in 3 years after beating Maria Sakkari 6-4, 6-love in a repeat of 2022 final.
I'm really happy with how I kept my focus. You know, the point at the match where you're leading and you know it's you're actually gonna maybe soon grab the trophy, but you can't really think about that because you're still in the game, and I'm really happy that my mental training worked.
To golf, Scottie Scheffler has played down comparisons to Tiger Woods after the world #1 created Players' Championship history with a dramatic title defense at TPC Sawgrass. Scheffler became the first player to win back-to-back editions at the Players, following a 5-shot win in last year's contest by overturning a 5-stroke deficit in a thrilling final round to claim a 1-shot win. And finally, Mercedes have admitted they are working on solving fundamental issues with their W15 car after a disappointing start to the 2024 Formula One season. Having entered the new campaign with hopes of being Red Bull's nearest challengers, Mercedes failed to place a car in the top 4 in either Bahrain or Saudi Arabia. Alright, with Sports Tidbits, we're done on the show. And of course, I want to let you know that you can always get unlimited sports content on 90 Sports 24, which is on Star Times and Free TV. And of course, you can always catch our daily news at 11 in the morning and so many interesting programs, including AM Sports at 10 and Sports Watch at 5 daily. Alright, till next time I'll be on the show, just like I will always tell you, be yourself and always stay out of trouble. I am Bade Adeleye, and I will see you next time.